The man suddenly sprayed water like a high-pressure water gun on the street, and no matter how he tried, he couldn't stop. Seeing this, the pedestrians on the street were very scared. The reason why he was like this was because he had taken a strange plane not long ago. The original flight time of this plane was only 3 hours, but they flew for 5 years. And what was even more bizarre was that no one on the plane noticed anything unusual. Just when the passengers' families thought that the plane had met with an accident, the captain suddenly contacted the tower to request landing. Unexpectedly, when the ground staff heard that it was Flight 828, they were shocked, and then kept asking the captain's name and the number of passengers on the plane. After repeated confirmation, the ground staff approved the plane to land at an uninhabited alternate airport. Then the passengers came out in an orderly manner, but they were greeted by a large number of police and reporters instead of their families. Seeing this huge scene, the passengers were terrified and wondered what happened. At this time, a policeman came out and told everyone that it had been 5 years since their plane took off and landed, and there had been no news during this period. After hearing what the police said, the passengers looked at each other in disbelief, because for them, the flight had only lasted 3 hours. How could it be 5 years? Then, in order to find out the truth, the police detained the plane and the passengers and interrogated them one by one, but all the passengers gave the same answer, that is, the plane only encountered a strong turbulence on the way, and everything was normal after that. So the police had to check the plane carefully again, but they did not find any abnormalities, so they could only release the passengers first and let them reunite with their families. Although the passengers on the plane only experienced 3 hours, their families had waited for 5 years, so when they saw their relatives who were unharmed, the family members cried with joy. As the passengers left one by one, the accident investigation team also came to the airport to conduct a more detailed inspection of the plane. Their focus was to find out why the plane had been flying for 5 years without refueling, and why the passengers had not changed for 5 years, but what they didn't know was that the real test had just begun.